point to end in terms of the questions is that, it's hard to say for me as someone who is inside the microscope, so to speak, why, the state of Arizona versus Jodi Arias became such a big deal. Because, there are cases of a similar nature that happen every day, sadly, across this country. For whatever reason, this caught fire. And it caught fire. It was a combination of the interest that, the networks had in it, and the fact that it was live streamed all across the world. And, I think all those factors, and maybe, the relationship and the sexual components perhaps, caused so much interest. And that's me just speculating. Really, that's a question that is best addressed by everyone out there, thinking why are so many people still interested so long down the road? And I think those are probably the main reasons. But that's my guess from the inside looking out. I think a lot of people maybe from the outside looking in would have their own perspective on that.
Okay, Mary?
Did that answer your question, Mary?
Question. Yes. Can I ask, did she have control of the defense strategy? Or what was going to happen?
Well, one of the things I point out in the book is
control.
What's that? I'm sorry, Mary. You keep cutting in now, but I'll just say that one of the things, one of the things that an attorney is not the gatekeeper of the truth. What he or she personally believes is the truth is not like, unless it can be disproven, the client has a Sixth Amendment right to assert their story. And it gets more complicated in a death penalty case. I don't know if you've read my book or my explanation on this, as it gets way more complicated in a death penalty case. But the long and short of it is the Sixth Amendment to our Constitution allows a client to testify and voice their story.
Okay. I was just wondering how probably towards your strategy with her with her personality and attitude about that she seemed to the world.
No, I've totally lost you, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well,
now,
good night. Good night.
Good night, Mary.
Good night. Thanks for the call. Now, for the callers that are just tuning in, why don't we tell everybody there's a few days before Christmas, and even if not, that if you watch the Jodi Arias trial, you're going to want to get this new book by Kirk Nurmi called Tracked with Miss Arias, Volume 1. Now, besides Amazon, I think there's also Barnes & Noble's has it, right?
No. It's available exclusively on Amazon, both in print edition and on Kindle. So I thought that's the best way to distribute the book. It gets my voice directly to the reader, and gives me a chance to really tell the story in the way that I wanted to tell the story.
How was it writing your first book?
Well, it's actually my second. Remember, I wrote the weight loss book, but that was a lot smaller.
Oh,
and
yes.
And people that are interested in wanting to know my weight loss journey can also find that book on Amazon. But one of the things, I learned in writing this book, I started kind of writing for myself, and then started thinking, well, maybe that this is a story I want to be told because there's a lot of misconceptions out there about who I am and what I thought, and et cetera, et cetera. And so I started to write, and in terms of thinking about it as a book, and it was just such an ominous task. It was it was 5.5 years of my life, and to get it all into one book was just impossible, at least mentally for me anyway, to kind of digest it all down. So once I broke it down into what I thought was going to be some pretty tangible segments, the before trial and the first trial, and then my third book will take it from after the first mistrial was declared till the sentencing day, that I was able to kind of get a grasp on it and offer forth the information that I wanted to my readers. And I appreciate
for the record, how much, if you don't want to engage, that's okay. How much did you take off?
How much what?
How much weight did you lose totally?
I lost about 75 pounds.
Wow,
my diet book is called Trimmer More There, actually, and it's kind of a silly thing my wife said to me as I was starting to get thinner. But I talk about in that book about kind of people empowering themselves with their own weight loss program to try to kind of budget calories in a way that works for them, so they take responsibility ultimately for their own program. And I had so many people asking me, how do I lose weight, how do I lose weight, how do I lose weight? And I thought, okay, I'm going to write this book, and it's only on Kindle. Obviously, Kindle apps can put it on a whole bunch of devices. And I just said, you know what? If people want to know, they can go here. And a lot of people criticize it. Oh, he's trying to make money. If you're not willing to invest $2.99 in your health, then you're probably not serious enough about losing weight. So let the book pass you by. If you want to lose weight, $2.99 in your health, and start following the program and start creating your own program is what I would say.
$2.99, that's it?
$2.99, that is it.
That's less than a slice of pizza these days.
It is less than a slice of pizza, and it'll probably do your waistline a little better than that slice of pizza will.
Good luck to your Seahawks. It looks like they're going to make the playoffs, just on a side note.
I hope so. They turned around a bit. So, but
yes, they won like
still,
3 out of the last 4.
Lost both our running backs. So it's kind of. We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully we'll have you back on, maybe just to talk other legal stuff, if you like. And
I'd love to. And Jordan, if you could allow me just one more minute to say one quick thing.
Oh, sure, sure.
I want to make sure we talk about the case, and I've expressed this in other interviews, and people ask me questions about the case and everything. But I want to make sure we don't gloss over the fact in any of my interviews that, what happened on June 4th, 2008 was a tragedy. It's just nothing, it's just a tale of sadness to have these two young people that got involved in this toxic relationship, one winding up dead, and, a beloved young man whose family is hurting and whose friends are hurting. And at the same time, to have Miss Arias' family have someone, their daughter now, facing life in prison and spending her life in prison. It's just sad. It really is a tale that
for the families as well.
Yeah, and beyond the salaciousness of the case and whatever draws people to the case, we should always be mindful whenever we discuss the case of the ultimate sadness that this case should stand for. So I just wanted to say that to kind of make sure we all maintain a certain amount of perspective on what really happened.
Oh, that's a really nice side of you to say that. And once again, thanks so much for coming on the show. As I said, you come on here, and we could talk other legal stuff in the field if you're down for that another date. I hope you would want to come back on the show. And,
certainly. I had a great time. I had a great time talking with you and all your callers, the ones I could hear, the ones whose phones weren't chopping up. So I'd be delighted to come back and talk about other legal matters, because as you pointed out, I was actually an attorney before Jodi Arias and have some expertise in death penalty cases and other sorts of cases as well. So I would welcome that opportunity, Jordan.